Hey guys, welcome back to the Muscle Blueprint Podcast. I am Matt Mastro, here today to talk about the problems that occur when people are trying to grow their glutes. That's right, your ass muscles. You're probably, if you're listening to this, one of those people that has gone to the gym relentlessly trying to build that curve that is known as a phenomenal ass. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's a very difficult muscle to build just because there's so many things around it that come into play. So pretty much any woman that I've ever trained, men as well, because men also need to have a strong backside. I keep making the same motion with my hand. Some of you can't see that. But men need a strong backside as well. But women often come to me looking to get a nice, rounder, curvier backside. A round ass. It's important because it is the foundation of a lot of different movements. It is really a signal of strength and a signal of just overall health. So there's a few problems that occur when people are trying to build their glutes. And maybe you've gone to the gym and you've done all these donkey kickbacks and different workouts on machines to try to really target your butt, and you're just struggling to find a way to make it grow. It's staying flat, or you're seeing these little improvements, or maybe your thighs, your quads are growing as well as your glutes, and you don't want that. Maybe it's just the glutes that you really want to focus on. You don't want to see your hips and your quads getting bigger. Let me tell you a few of the common mistakes that are made when trying to build your glute muscles. So, the number one issue, and this goes for most muscles in the body, this is especially for women. They have, and we have as a society, been told that if you lift heavy weight, you will get bulky and masculine, and your muscles will grow out of this world large and be unattractive. False. False statement. It's impossible for your muscles to grow that quickly. Take it from me. I've been training since I was 13. That's about 13, 14 years now that I've been training, trying to make bulky muscles like that. And although I've made progress, I'm not where I want to be. It takes a lot of work. I'm focused on doing that. I eat a shit ton. The only way I could possibly grow bulky muscle is by following a recipe for it. If you think that training heavy for 2 months, 3 months, you're using heavier weights is going to make you bulky and masculine, you have another thing coming. You need to learn the gym a little bit better. So this is something that's been brainwashed into people, that you need to do lightweight, lots of reps. Lightweight, lots of reps, and that will keep you cut. It'll keep you away from growing bulky. That is false. So here is my suggestion. Try heavy workouts. How heavy? I'm not saying 1 rep max, but I'm saying if you're doing something from a 4 to 8 or 4 to 10, 5 to 10 rep number, where you're landing between 4 and 10 reps, you will see better results. Women, hear me here. If you're squatting and you're so used to squatting 135 pounds, the bar and plate on both sides, and you do that for 15 reps now, wow, you're strong. That's great. Now try to increase that weight where you're failing or coming close to failure on that 8th rep or on the 6th rep. And you're going to be hitting different parts of your muscle. You're going to be tearing these muscle fibers and making them grow and expand, and your recovery is going to be different to the point where you're growing. The point of getting a curvy body is to grow. You need to grow. If it's not growing, you can't grow nothing. If it's flat and you're trying to make it grow without tearing into those muscle fibers and expanding them, it won't happen. You need to use heavy weight sometimes, not all the time, but if you have a program that is written properly, like on the Muscle Blueprint, that's a plug right there, you can find a way to grow your glutes by using heavier weight for maybe 4 weeks. 4 weeks of training heavy, 4 weeks of training moderate hypertrophy, where it's like in the middle of heavy and light and you're getting good reps in, good squeeze. And then you do 4 weeks of cutting, of doing lightweight with supersets. And I guarantee you, by changing your workouts like that, you're going to be hitting different muscle fibers and see unbelievable results. That's one common mistake. This is going to be my longest podcast yet. One common mistake that I see often. So use heavier weights, especially on those foundational movements, squats, deadlifts, maybe lunges, those things, good mornings, those things can help you exponentially. Don't be afraid to go heavy. Got it? That's problem one. Go heavier. Problem number two. Often I see people have this problem where they are choosing the wrong exercises. What do I mean by that? We see on Instagram a lot, all these influencers and people on social media, that not that they're all bad, because there's some great people out there as well, but they're promoting workouts that are glute targeted, like donkey kickbacks, or that workout where you're holding the assisted pull-up bar and you're pushing down with one leg on the assisted part that like is for your knees to do pull-ups. And like there's a time and place for everything, but if that is the foundation of your leg day, of your glute day, and you're using these machines, trying to use machines to do everything, then you're missing out on the most important workouts. And if you're going to get 50% of the results, if you're going to spend an hour in the gym, you might as well get 100% results, right? There's no reason to go there and half-ass, no pun intended, but to half-ass anything, you should go all out in order to get your results. If you want to get results, you need to do things that are kind of difficult sometimes. So, suggestion, instead of going with donkey kickbacks and going with glute machines and these weird adductor, abductor workouts as the foundation of your workout, choose the ones that work, that help you grow. What are those? The primary workout is a barbell squat. All those variations of squats are fine as well if you're holding a dumbbell or if you are just different ways that people can do squats, of course. But a barbell squat is the foundational movement for your glutes. You put that bar on your back and you practice with good form, you will see better results than any of those little weird workouts, any of those ones that are just not as difficult or as targeted or going to make your growth hormone really set off and your muscle fibers set off. Squats, most important, choose that exercise. 2, deadlifts, great exercise for your hamstrings and for your lift on your ass. Sometimes you need a lift, that bottom part of your butt that needs to come up in order for it to curve. Deadlifts will help. If you really practice your form, your growth hormones will go off again and you'll feel yourself pinching your ass when you get to the top. I'm sorry that I'm saying ass so much, but I like ass more than glutes. So you'll feel it when you get to the top, you squeeze and you'll feel the results. You'll see it working, especially if you decide to go heavy and you change up and you change your program up a little bit where you're going heavy, then you're going lighter, and you keep your body guessing. You'll see different muscle fibers working. You'll get results. Squats, deadlifts, lunges, another one that we avoid often because it's hard. It hurts. If you do it wrong, it's going to hurt. You got to do it correctly. There's different types of lunges. I like reverse lunges preferably. I also like Bulgarian split squats. Those are very hard. If you're a beginner, then you need to really study the movement first and not use much weight. But when you get the hang of it, you use heavier weights for that as well. If you're holding dumbbells out in your side, and you'll feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads, you'll really be tearing into those muscles and you'll feel a great, great burn. So those are 3 really good ones. Lunges, squats, deadlifts, huge exercises. Good mornings are another difficult one that you need to study before you use heavier weight. That's a great exercise for butt lift as well and for practicing squeezing and getting your hamstrings nice and strong in the process because you need a balance. If your quads, hamstrings, and glutes all match one another, you will see the results, you'll feel the results, you'll feel better, you'll get stronger, and when you're stronger, then you're capable of doing more things, of trying more things, of gaining more muscle, of growing your curves. Another benefit to that, those exercises that grow more muscle also burn more calories in the workout and post-workout. So if you're worried about getting bulky and big, in reality, while you are growing your muscle, you're also making your metabolism work much faster because 1, muscle burns more calories than fat and more calories than skinny, than nothing. If you have muscle, you're going to be burning more calories just sitting around your house, just doing nothing. You'll burn more calories in your sleep. You will feel and look leaner while you also develop a curvier, more muscular, but not bulky, more muscular toned body. That's an excellent side effect. That's why metabolism is super important. That's why lifting heavy is important. Growing muscle is important. All right, did a lot of talking there. Another problem that I often see. This one could go number one, this one could be last, but form is super important. You need to study the correct way of moving weights. Not that there's one correct way for everybody, since the human body is different for everyone, right? Everyone's built differently, but there are a few things that are universal in order to keep you from getting injured. You need to keep your back straight. You need to keep your eyes aligned. You need to make sure that you are in a good position with your feet and your legs so that your knees aren't going too far and so that you're equivalent, so that your right leg and left leg are as equal as they possibly can be, so that you don't get any imbalances. You don't want to hurt your back. If you're injured, you can't grow. If you're not in the gym, you can't grow. If you're not doing the work that you need to do because you hurt yourself, then everything's pretty pointless. So make sure you have the correct form. Go on YouTube, go on these different sites. There's so many of them to help teach you. Ask for help in the gym. Trainers are great. Come to the Muscle Blueprint. I have great videos for you as well and advice, just saying. So there's different ways you need to make sure your form is right on. So tip 1, use heavier weight. Tip number 2, choose the correct workouts, squats, deadlifts, all those things, lunges. Tip number 3, perfect your form, or at least get your form to a point where it's super comfortable for you and you are moving the weight properly. You're moving the weight where you're not going to hurt yourself. And last but not least, which this could also go first, prepare your body correctly. What does that mean? A lot of times people get to the gym and they'll get on a cardio machine, right? You'll get on a treadmill. I ran 2 miles before I started my workout. I went on the elliptical, Stairmaster, this, that, and the other. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world to do, right? You're getting your heart rate going. You're getting your blood going. That's what we're taught from the age of 5, as soon as you enter kindergarten gym class, that you can get your heart rate going, get your blood pumping. That's okay. Not saying that's necessarily wrong. But if your goal is to build your glutes, your warm-up should be based around your glutes. This is where those other workouts could come in handy. This is where you could think about doing those donkey kickbacks or those abductor, adductor machines that are, opening your hips up and really opening up the sides of your glutes. How come? If you use lightweight, see, now I'm telling you to go lightweight on these warm-up exercises before you go and do your squats. So let's say you walk in the gym, you get on a cable machine, you do some donkey kickbacks, boom, you're feeling it, you're squeezing your glutes, right? Nice and tight, squeezing those glutes so that you could feel the activation in your glutes, in your ass. You feel that it's working, it's ready, it's primed, it's here. It's about to go off, it's about to grow. You need to do that in order to make sure the focus is on your glutes. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. Let me put it in layman's terms. If you get into the gym and you do these exercises for your glutes, nice and lightweight, and you're practicing squeezing, you are preparing your ass to grow. Plain and simple. If I'm doing squats as my first exercise and I didn't warm up my glute muscles at all, I might be targeting my quads and my hamstrings more than my glutes, which is why you see your quads growing and not your butt. If you get in the gym and you're able to target those muscles that you're trying to focus on, in this case your glutes, using exercises like donkey kickbacks, machines that are targeted at the glutes, then you will be able to activate them much easier in a squat or deadlift or any of those other workouts, lunges, good mornings. You'll feel it more, which means it will be growing more, it'll be targeted, and it will be activated. This is my longest podcast yet because growing an ass is important to everybody. So make sure that you try these things. If you're not doing any of these things, try them. I promise you'll see some results, and you'll feel better and look better, and that's what it's all about. So, Matt Mastro at the Muscle Blueprint. Thank you for listening, guys. Tag me in this if you're going to listen to it on Instagram, YouTube, wherever it is. Let me know how it's working for you. I love feedback. So good luck. Go grow an ass.